And we're going to see how this one's going to go. So I finally decided to get a Glock Performance trigger just to see what it's all about from my own opinion. You read all kinds of things about it, pros and cons, blah, 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 blah. So this is going to be just my opinion. I haven't even opened it, so it's an unboxing and install. And I'm going to put it on my Glock 26 MOS, which is a Glock that I've never even fired this gun before. Because I just got back. You can on other videos see I just got it back not that long ago. After having issues with the screw breaking off in here a few days after I got the MOS and put the SCS on it before I ever fired it. I maybe had the gun for 2 or 3 days when I got to put the SCS on it. Screw broke off. Sent it off. I just put it back in the box for a while and stuck it off in the closet for a while, and then I finally sent it off to Glock. They repaired it. Um, anyways, so no, I've never fired this one, and you can see it's all nice and empty. So I'm going to put a Glock Performance trigger on it. I also have, this is my main carry. I have two carry guns that I go back and forth on, and that's my Glock 26 that I had for an EPS, and then my Glock 43. I've been carrying the Glock 43 more recently, but what was this, like hair stuck on there? Then I go back and forth. Sometimes I carry this more. If I'm going to like a mall or something, if I know I'm going to be out all day, I carry this. If I'm not really going all over the place, I carry this. But that's neither here nor there right now because I'm going to do the unboxing. And this, of course, when I do an unboxing, it can only be a one shot. So let me move this out of the way somewhat for right now. Here's what I just got in. I guess I don't want to show the address. Hopefully, I haven't already shown the address. I don't think y'all can read sideways that well. So go ahead and open it up. Got it off eBay. I don't remember who I got it from. Does it really matter? Their name is Katie. I got it from Katie on eBay. That's it. So opening this up. I don't think you have to read sideways. I can, and that's not good for me. There we go. This is how Katie sent it to me. Put that down there. Let's put it over there. So it is the Glock Performance Trigger, the second gen, but you can also put in a Gen 4 because it comes with a little back plate right there, which I'll end up selling that on eBay probably. So the second generation, the main difference in this, other than having the back plate and making it to where it can also go on a Gen 4 now, not just the Gen 5, is they've changed the connector. From the connector was a dot connector, I believe. And now the connector on here is just the standard connector. The dot connector, Glock rating that at 5 pounds, and the standard connector being rated at 5.5 pounds. So half a pound heavier pull to it, but I changed it for whatever reasons. I know there was people that had changed on on the first gen of this. They took out, they didn't like the mushiness or whatever from the dot connector, so they put on the standard connector. Some people already did it that way anyways. But also supposedly people had complained about the trigger shoe in here being too big and scraping on the bottom of the trigger guard. Various things people complained about, so some people were, and I'm prepared to do it too. I might end up doing it because there's my, it's not an Apex, this is the Glock Performance, or the Glock trigger that I removed from this Glock, my Glock 26, put on the Gunco trigger shoe. All I did was I removed, this is the standard trigger in here. Mine, the trigger shoe is different. It's the Gunco trigger shoe, and there's the one I took off of it, and I got the pin in there. And some people were taking this off and putting on the original Glock trigger because they liked it better, trigger shoe. Heard that some of the people that had problems with that, with the new one, there's some different subtle differences to where this does not touch that anymore, and they whatever you can read yourself in the Glock forums, various forums. Some people they like it better now in the second generation disc trigger shoes. So we'll find out. If I don't like it, I guess I'll take it off and I'll put that on here, or who knows, I might even put on the Johnny Clucks Vex shoe or whatever. So anyway, so we're gonna put that on there. Here, if y'all want to see what all's in here, there you go. Hit pause, read all you want. Scan the code too if you want, I guess. There we go. Second gen. I'm gonna use my Swiss Army knife on this one. Yes, my videos do tend to overrun, but in the beauty of technology, y'all can always fast forward and all that good fun stuff, right? So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take this on out. I'll end up selling this on eBay. I've already got plenty of these already, anyways, because I replace on my carry guns. You can see I've got the Lincoln Tactical Striker device, Lincoln Tactical Striker device. Now, this is my Glock that I'm wanting to keep as stock as possible. Of course, there is no such thing as a Glock optic, so I do have the SDS that was made for it. And Glock installed this on here for me, and they even zeroed it in for me. And I've got the iron sights, Glock iron sights. Everything on here is stock, not stock, but OEM factory extended mag release. Well, that's the extended mag release. The extended slide lock, the OEM +2 magazine. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to go ahead and, Assad, AU, Mayu, whatever. Oh, I just killed a kitten. Then I like to aim at the floor, make sure. Already checked this gun. So we're going to go ahead and disassemble this. So to install the new trigger system. Everything in there is stock. I did shine the stuff up, I do believe. Yeah, I polished it. You see, I polished it up. 25-cent trigger job on it, but it's still. Everything in this thing is all stock Glock. Well, not stock OEM, once again, because I've a lot of changes on this, but there's still Glock. I think you can maybe see that that's got the little Glock symbol on there. Right now I have it on autofocus, so you're not going to maybe notice that so much. But it's got the Glock symbol in there. Glock logo inside there, too. So I'm going to set this off to the side. And let's get about assembling this. So now, since this is a brand new on my one where I've taken it apart several times, my outer Glocks, they get easier and easier to do the more you take them apart. Sometimes they get a little bit. The first few times you do it, don't want to come out that easily. So we'll see how easily this wants to come out. I don't know when it came out. Oh, that's right. I took the trigger out to clean it, so this one's already been disassembled before. So it gets easier the more you do it. This is not really an install video. If you want to see how to install this, then you can watch an actual install video. This is me just going to take this apart, put it on, and then give you my opinions of how I feel that the trigger feels. First of all, I will say that the Glock Gen 5 triggers I liked, and especially on the Glock 26 for some reason on the Glock 26. Both my Glock 26s had the best triggers of my Glocks, and they're all pretty dang smooth. I mean, I like them all. Like them all. So, here we go. Out with the old that I did polish up. Out with the old. I will end up putting that into this box right here. So I always know that who I took off and who I removed. Well, this one, since I cut it open, I can't really do it, but there it is in that box. And we're going to put this one in. And I have not polished this up. So, get the protective rubber band off of here. Now I'm going to polish it up. Today, at least. Took that off. Glock Performance trigger. You find out what it's all about. the more flattish face shoe on there. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of oil right in. Like gun butter, gun butter, gun butter, gun butter. Let's put a dab in there. Dim that up a little bit. Like I said, this is not an install video. Little there, little there, little there, little there, little there, little there, little there. Do that. Put my gun butter back. And there we go. Don't know what's focusing on there. I'll put this in here. See how it goes. Do, 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 do. Mm. The trigger on there. I'm a bit blind. Let's turn this light on. See what's going on in here. Maybe some cat hair is stuck in there. Alright. That back in there. Don't need that light anymore, I don't believe. Put that back on there. See how well I can get this back in there. So it's not an install video, so I'm not like showing you how to do this up close. I don't have really the camera system for that. Yep, there we go. Oh, nice. See what my first impressions are going to be on this baby. Yeah, yeah. My first impressions are this is really great. Maybe I'm so used to normal Glock triggers. See if the read. Mhm. So that's the one thing that I really don't like, but some people don't, is that trigger pops back forward again. So you can be extra careful. Normally, I can tell that I can't fire my guns because I leave the trigger sitting back, knowing that I have to rack it to be able to discharge it. But yeah, you can't just keep. You can keep pulling the trigger, but it's not going to click each time, obviously. But yeah. So I guess the trigger pull is a little bit harder, half a pound more than what it was on the old one. But from what I've read from people that have replaced them, they can't really tell the difference except for there being the mushiness is gone when you get rid of the dot connector and put on the standard. Um, some people actually put the minus connector in there, which used to be rated at 3.5 pounds, but now it's rated at 3 point or 4.5 pounds. So let's get this back up. Sure. Well, I'm not showing that part anymore. There we go. That's how I normally roll, right? So yeah, my impressions. I really like it. I don't see this thing touching the bottom at all. It's not getting snagged on anything. That's the thing. They say it doesn't come anywhere near close to touching that anymore. I think I'm gonna leave this trigger shoe on there. I don't have a problem with it. Um, Look, it does seem like it says a little bit further forward. Let's compare it to this one of mine. Of course, this is not a good example, being, and I'm not going to go open up a box and pull out another Glock, but that's how much that one sits forward. That's how much that one sits forward. From my own perspective, yeah, they sit forward about the same. This one maybe because of the big old dingus, whatever they call it on there. Might have it sticking forward a little bit further. Um, but really, I normally put back straps. I got back straps to put on here that I haven't done yet because I don't like the beaver tails because I don't need a beaver tail. Some people, if they got really fat hands, they don't want to get the slide height or whatever. I've never had that problem on a Glock, but I do like, particularly on the Glock 26, because when you put the back plate on here, just even the medium one, it makes it, excuse me, over cold. The back plate will give you a little bit more purchase to get your hand back here. It makes it extends the handle a little bit. But the way I'm looking at this here, yeah, that is kind of set forward. I don't think that with this trigger, I think I will be using a back strap because this one right here has got my finger sitting about where I want it on the trigger. So I guess I'm not going to put the back strap on this one. So, anyways, that's not the one. That's the one I put on this because I had some stippling job done on it. Anyways, here's my Glock 26 now with the Glock Performance trigger. I like it. I really like it. Yeah, it's, yeah, that's a pretty nice trigger now. So now I know what people are all saying about it. But it's that you got to learn it on your own, right? So you would have to learn it on your own as well. But yeah, the trigger. Oh yeah, it's a badass trigger. I am quite happy with this, but I don't know. This is probably not going to be my EDC gun on it, anyways. I guess there are some people that EDC carry Glock Performance trigger, including some cops. But this will probably, this is the one I want to keep. Not 100% stock. I keep accidentally saying that, but I want to keep it 100% OEM factory Glock. And I'm going to do another video that's going to come out on this where I'm going to have 9 Glock mods plus 1 makes 10. 9 Glock mods to this. That'll be in probably my next video where everything is factory. Everything's Glock factory. So that'll be a pretty cool video because you know you can modify this up 9 times with all Glock parts to make it better. Because the people, there's diehards out there to say, "Oh, I'm not only go factory, don't go aftermarket." There will be no aftermarket on here except for this right here, the Holosun SCS, because Glock, it's an MOS, so you're going to put an optic on it, and Glock does not make an optic. But I also have the, I don't know how well you can hear that, the metal plate, MOS, metal plate, not the plastic one that comes with them. So that's another mod too, because you can still purchase these. I got them off eBay. I bought a couple of them instead of putting the plastic one on there. If I put this on there, then that'll be like 10 minutes. When you see what all I've done with this picture right here. Because I won't have the plastic one on there. But I don't really want to take this off because Glock installed it themselves on there, zeroed it for me, and I trust them more than I trust myself, the Glock armorer who did this. So anyways, Glock Performance trigger. Yes, that trigger is really sweet. So that's just my opinion, just to let you know. I need to go shoot this gun now and get back with y'all again. Anyways, have a nice day, evening, morning, whatever time it may be.